Hey guys, Nicola here, and this is part 2 of the Modulumi Quick Start Guide. Today we're going to be talking about how to construct using the Modulumi Flex piece and its reversibility and what that allows you to do. Now, in part 1 of the Quick Start Guide, we talked about how to form triangular base pyramids. We talked about how to form square. We talked about how to form a pentagon and how to form a hexagon. Now, all of these forms are taking advantage of one way to build using the flex piece. So that's using a side-by-side assembly like this. But the flex piece is also reversible, so you can not only build like so, but you can flip it over and assemble using this side. So one piece right way up, one piece flipped over. The other piece is the same as this one, and we connect them here. Now, you can complete this junction here by inserting the tab and secure them. What I like to do is I prefer to go ahead and complete the loop right here by adding the fourth piece. And so the fourth piece is going to mirror this one. So we're going to put the triangle facing down and thread this tab through, and then we're going to thread this tab through the other side, and that right there completes the loop. And now we can insert the tabs like usual, and we'll create a sort of prism structure here. Now we have two open ends. You can choose and pick which one you want to work with and continue building the structure. So let's get a few more pieces. We're going to need 12 pieces in total to assemble the flexagon. So here we have 4 pieces. I'm going to add a 5th and a 6th. Okay. And you guys can pause and rewind the video if you need to, obviously. Now again, you want to make sure that when you're inserting these tabs, you don't just want the tab to go through just one side. You want it to go all the way through both openings. So that secures it. It's kind of like a door and a latch. I love to use that analogy because it's very similar. Or it's like weaving together a braid in a way, but you're using flat elements, so you're interweaving the pieces. Okay, so I just added a 7th and an 8th piece here. And I'm inserting the tabs all the way around. I'm going to add a 9th and 10th piece here on this side. Right. And I'm going to go all the way around and complete that. All right, and you can already see that it's starting to look like our flexagon, and it can take all kinds of shapes now. Show you guys something cool that you can do with the ends of this. So say like if you wanted to make like a little snake or something of that sort, you can connect just two flat elements at the ends to complete this point here and make a clean structure. You can just connect them to each other. So you do this part just like usual. You know, I threaded them together, and then you close the little flap door, and then if you pinch and hold the tip and squeeze the sides, that pops out. And now that that's popped out, you can actually insert the tabs through both sides, and you have a clean tip there. And then you can pop it. It makes a nice little sound. I love that sound. So yeah, you could do this on both sides, and you can use it as a sculptural element when you come up with your own forms. But anyways, back to what we were building here, which is the flexagon. We need two more elements to complete the flexagon. So I'm gonna add a 11th piece here and a 12th piece on the other side here, and I'm just gonna complete that assembly. Okay, so now we have to connect the ends. So this part is a little tricky. This side here needs to connect. So these two elements need to connect with this one first. And this one's going to be sort of trapped in the bottom. So what you want to do is thread this tab through, but also make sure that this tab is going through the little keyhole here on this side. So we have that coming through here, we have it coming through on the other side, and all of the elements are visible, right? Okay, so now you can sort of use one of your fingers, one of your thumbs to hold that that piece down while you thread the outside flex piece through both of the other elements, right? So again, all four pieces are coming to this junction, and the first task is to thread the tabs. And once all your tabs are threaded, you can close the little flap door, right? So we have one door closed, we have another door closed, and you can only get to three sides here, right? There's a fourth side. But the first thing you want to do is close these three sides and tab at least a couple of these tabs through. So now that's secured. And then what you're gonna have to do is really take advantage of the fact that the Flexagon rotates. And you rotate the other side out to be able to get to this opening, and sort of push the edges together so that your openings align nicely. And once they're aligned, thread the tab all the way through and kind of push the edges in to make sure you have some nice sharp edges. And you have your Flexagon. Somebody said this is kind of like a fidget spinner, fidget toy, and it definitely is. I have to agree with on that. But it's also much more, because once you have several of these, you can connect them at the edges, right? And the way you do that, I'm getting a little bit more advanced here, but I think it's useful to follow up on actually, you know, building this and building some more complex structures, because it's a lot more fun when you can keep building and kind of discover the possibilities of what these Flexagons can do. So I just opened one of the sides here on this other Flexagon, right? So I have two of them, and so I have this one that I need to open, but I need to open the opposite side to be able to get basically another free element to connect to this one, right? So this one is going to connect here, like so, and then this piece will come undone, right? And it's going to connect to the other side. All right. So first I'm going to thread this tab. Again, order of operations, very simple, making sure that your tabs are all engaged. So it's kind of like threading a needle a little bit on this one. All right, so I have that all the way through. I have all of my tabs, and now I can just thread them through and complete the assembly here. All right, so that's two Flexagons. The reason this is really cool is because this hinge is sort of the hinges on these two elements sort of become codependent, right? And because they're codependent, you can begin to link more of them. Like here, this is simply a cube made of Flexagons. The cube made of these hexaflexagons. So each of the corners of the cube is a flex element, right? So 8 Flexagons linked together, 96 pieces total. mesmerizing and magical in the type of movement that it creates. So I guess this is a little bit more than just a fidget toy. Once you know how to build the flexagons and how to connect the flexagons, there's nothing stopping you from, you know, just getting creative and building shapes like this right here. Which has some interesting mechanical properties. Kind of looks like a ram head, and you know, you could just keep going and build bigger forms. Make a little tiara. And with that, you know, knowing the basics of how to construct with the pieces side by side, like so, and knowing the reversibility of the piece and being able to wield that, you can create your own sculptures like the fox. So the fox head is nothing more than a four-side pyramid right here. Okay, and you know, here are the ears. And then what I've done is I've connected it to two more pieces on the bottom, but I've reversed the direction of the pieces on the neck, right? This is a piece, and then this is also a piece, right? And I did the same thing for the legs, and you can assemble a fox, you can assemble a penguin-esque creature, and you can assemble a turtle, which is it's definitely one of my favorites here because it's actually a walking turtle. Kind of pushes its way along because of the legs here, and all kinds of beautiful creations that you will come up with. I hope you enjoyed this video. So thanks guys, and stay tuned for more.